So we're working with the John Bean T7800 here. We are working with a 335/25R22, so pretty good sized tire, not easy. Beads are already broken, but I'm going to show how you can use the 2 bead breakers on the machine to accomplish that. We'll roll this up first onto the wheel lift. This is capable of picking up 154 pounds. We're going to flip this over onto our tabletop here. This little guy right here is an indexing pin. We're going to drop into one of the lug holes. Pick that up, tip this over, and drop it down. Flip that in there like that, and roll this into place. Now, this is a center post style, so we're going to use a lock here, and this is called a quick lock. We just drop this down into place. Our controls are green, yellow, and red. Okay, so we're going to start with green. We'll flip that. Pop it comes up, light comes on. This is locked down in place. We can work anywhere from a 12-inch to a 30-inch assembly here, all the way out to 47 or 48, depending on your lug pattern. I'm going to bring in my bead braking disc here, unlock this so I can move it fore and aft, get it set to the edge of the rim, and lock it. That also moves our lower bead breaker into the same plane. So now we understand the diameter of the rim. Okay. So we're locked here. I like to break lower beads first, so we're going to use our bead camera here. I'm going to bring this in, I'm going to tap this, and what that does is that pokes this disc in a little further and actually gets a little more traction on the tire. And all I'm doing is I just want to push that tire off the bead hump on the bottom. That's broken, no problem. And drop this in here. We're going to do the same thing. Now, down here also we've got a shovel style bead breaker that we could use if we had a floppier sidewall, okay? If you need it. The rollers work really great for a low profile tire like this one. So now that our bead's broken, we're going to bring our tire pressure sensor around into a safe spot. I'm going to push this down a little bit here. I'm going to reach over and grab our pressing foot here. Push down. Push down a little bit. There we go. And now I'm going to push this green button. Okay, so we went green, we went yellow, and now we're going to go red. When I taught the machine the rim diameter, now our power mount, the mount and demount head, is going to move into that same plane, which is pretty cool. Use a little bit of lube on the tire, a little bit of lube on the head there. We'll drop this down. And now when I'm in this position, I'm going to push this auto button. And what this does is it teaches the machine the offset between the hub and the edge of the rim. So as I lower this down, what's going to happen is that mount head is actually going to follow the profile of the rim. It's going to push forward and hook the tire, okay? So we'll drop this down. See it start to march forward. So there's first, second. We got the tire. Lift that up, lift this up, pull these out of the way. And I'm going to use my pressing foot back here to help the tire draw down into the drop center of the rim as I raise this up. You can see it pull back. But you're going to lever over here in a second. All right. So we're levered up, and now I'm going to start working this off. Raise this up. But you're going to flip a little bit, which is okay. We'll scoot that out of the way. All right, I'm just going to grab this so it doesn't flip tire mud all over you. And now we'll send this home. Okay, to get our lower bead, what we're going to do is actually just raise up our lower bead braking disc until we have this. So we got a little peekaboo action going on there, and I can just spin the tire right off. So that's the removal operation. Now, we're going to reverse that. Okay, I'll flip this over, and this becomes our lower mount head. Okay, our TPMS is in a good, safe spot. Notice that we have some plastic here. So red plastic here, red plastic here. These are consumables. We don't want rim to tool in contact, but in the event something happens, you got a really thick sidewall, or maybe you just overextend the tool a little bit, we're going to have this touching our rim instead of something metal, which is a good thing. So we'll load our tire up. Pop that on there. Spin on our first bead. Drop this down. I'm going to roll that TPMS again around to a safe position. Send that head back out. And we're just going to use this to guide the tire. Okay, just guide the tire down below the bead hump into the drop center. That's about it there. Drop this down here. And I'm going to reach over here and grab this pressing foot. Another thing that's pretty nice too, I don't know if you caught this, but I've been pretty much stationary in this position. I flung this out of the way a little bit so I wasn't able to grab it easily, but you don't really have to move around the assembly. So now, I'm gonna make sure everything's feeding here real nice, it looks good, okay? This machine is equipped with what's called Pro Speed, okay? So I'll show you when we get the tire mounted here, but we have what looks like a low speed around 10 RPM and a high speed around 20. And what that does, since it's inverter driven, is if I load this thing up, so in other words, if this tire pops back up onto the bead hump here and I'm pulling on this really hard, it'll actually stop. So it won't allow you to overstress the tire, overstress the motor. So it's a good thing, it's a good thing. So we're just gonna walk this around a little bit. We're good there, lift our tooling up, and now we're just gonna pop that right on. Okay, so that's done. Now I'll show you the speeds. This is our low fine speed, and then we have a higher production speed around 20 RPM. We'll bring this around, and now we're ready to inflate. So we hook this up. We've got an inflator here, and also this comes with a topside bead seater. So in the event I'm having some trouble getting this to seat, I can use this, hammer down on the pedal, and shoot a high pressure jet of air down to that tire to help inflate it. I'm not going to inflate, but if I did, our operation is done. We uncouple, lift that out of the way, and then we move back over to our tire lift, and we are ready to go. We're ready for the head assembly.